What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a 2026 Tesla Model Y Performance. This is the fast one. So we're going to be doing a full ceramic window tint on here. We're going to do 50% on the windshield and then 15% on the clear glass and then 50% over the tinted glass. That way the front and rear will match perfectly. So 15 on the rear and sides, 50 on the windshield. Ceramic tint, lifetime warranty. It's going to keep the customer nice and cool this summer when it gets 120 degrees here in Las Vegas. So if you're wondering, like, why does the windshield look like that? I put dryer sheet on there. You need to have some sort of substrate on the windows while you shrink the film. Same thing on the rear window here. This is called a dry shrink. So like, film is flat and the glass is curved. So I have to shrink the film to conform to the shape of the window. So that's why I put this on here. Otherwise the film would just stick and bunch up and crease and look really bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the rear window, then do the windshield, then we'll do the sides and we'll be good to go. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, now's a good time to hit that subscribe button. Grab your energy drink, your coffee, water, whatever you're into, and let's go ahead and start the video. For these quarter windows right here, this is called Glass Aid. It's like a padded tape. It has two purposes. One, it helps me see the border to cut out this window for the rear quarter. And then two, it protects the glass while I cut so it doesn't scratch the glass. There's another thing that I also use on the rear window and the windshield. It's this little clear plastic button. So I put the film over this and then my knife on this plastic button right here. And then that way I can cut the film on the car without actually scratching or touching the glass. So always keeping everyone's glass safe. We want to make the car better, not worse, right? So this is one of the things that I do. So I'm going to double cut this. So I'll put the liner side in and the liner side out. And then that way I'll cut once and I'll have both of the patterns for the rear quarter window. All right, so this one is liner side facing in. Go ahead and tap that down real quick. So this is actually going to be the passenger side, and then we'll put the liner facing out, and that'll be on the driver's side. There we go, just like that. Cool. I'm gonna use a fresh blade. There we go. Okay, good. So now I've got both patterns and the glass is safe. All right, and then we need to take this piece of trim off. It's just held in with plastic clips, so no big deal. It sounds violent, but it's not. So this just pulls right off. Get that going. So we'll start from the middle here. So pull that off there. and we are out. And as you can see, none of the little clips are broken. It just sounds violent. These are plastic clips just held in with pressure. So now that we have that off, there's a computer right here and there's vent holes in there, so we don't want to get water in that. And then there's a gasket right here that the tint's just going to slide just a little bit under. And then this also helps me see the border to cut the film. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this shape out, and then we'll stick it on. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right. And the windshield is the biggest piece of film outside of the sunroof, so I'm doing a reverse roll here, getting it all cleaned up so you can see the process. Getting this film to stick initially is probably the most challenging part, but once it kind of tacks up, you just reverse roll it right on there. So making sure everything's stuck, we want to be real careful with the film. I like to tack it around the camera first because that's my alignment point. Then I use the tint brush there to get all the main little fingers and water bubbles out of there. Then a soft pass squeegee. Then I'm doing my hard pass squeegee right here to get any remaining water bubbles out of there. And then I hit it with a triad wrapped in a microfiber on the top edge to make sure no water drains back down into the film. And we are good to go. I'm pulling that soak rope right out of there to keep everything safe. And right here, I'm getting the vehicle cleaned up. The customer was a disabled veteran, so I wanted to make the vehicle look good and give it that extra wow factor when he picks it up. So I'm using Built Hammer Touchless. This is a touchless wash, so I won't be using a wash mate or anything. This is just going to get all of that road grime, and it's rained here in Las Vegas the last couple of days, and I'll get all that tint solution right off of the car. So I let that sit on there for 5 minutes, and then I rinse it off with my CR Spotless. That way there won't be any hard water or water spots or mineral deposits on this vehicle. So all I have to do after I rinse it off is give it a quick dry with a Rag Company drying towel, and this thing will be looking brand new. All right, and this 2026 Tesla Model Y Performance is all ceramic tinted up with a lifetime warranty. We use Geoshield C2 ceramic. It's really good stuff. They're local here in Las Vegas. That's why I like using them. Their customer support is awesome. Here's a 50% windshield. That thing came out perfect. And then we did 15% on the front and then 50% over the factory tint. That way these two perfectly match. So this is all 15% here. It's probably like 12 because clear glass is still like 80%. And man, look at that rear window. That came out pretty good. We got it charging for the customer here, right? I'm a Tesla guy. That's my Model S Plaid over there. So when you come to me, you're gonna get a clean vehicle, it's gonna get a charge, and the tint's gonna look great. I also do PPF and vinyl wraps and ceramic coating, so whatever you need to protect your Tesla or change it up with the vinyl wrap, reach out to me. You can go to starbasewraps.com. My phone number's on there, my email's on there. And let's take a look at this thing from inside the car. So as always, we do tint safe and visible glass. That way they can keep their tint nice and clean and safe. Premium Rag Company microfiber towel, Starbase Wraps air freshener, a couple business cards, personalized thank you card, and the aftercare instructions. On the back of this, there's a QR code to register the lifetime warranty. All right, I have the power of the sun in my garage. So this is 15% on here. 50%, you really can't tell a difference from clear glass. It just takes the edge off in the summertime or in direct sunlight. And then you can still get pretty good visibility out of the 15%. So you can see out of there really well. And then you come and you can't see in it really at all. So this is a good way to go if you want some privacy and still maintain nighttime visibility. So we're right here. Oh yeah, that's right. The lights are just so freaking bright. And there we go. So you can see in a little bit, but again, I've got like a million lumens of lights in here. But man, this thing came out awesome. And one more thing I want to add too. We also removed the door panels. That way we're not getting wet water and these LED lights and this nice Alcantara staining the interior all up. We just remove them, cover them up with a towel and plastic. That way they're safe. And then when I do the windshields, if you've seen any of my videos, you know I kind of go over the top, but I remove these right here. That way they don't get all soaking wet and gross. We put a soak rope up in the dash here. That way there's not water going in the dash and frying all your electronics. Then I put a dash towel, a steering wheel towel, a computer towel. Everything's covered. Seat covers, towels, everything. There's no water getting in here. So if you don't want your vehicle to get stained or stink, go to starbasewraps.com, get it done right. And it's pretty affordable too compared to the other shops because I'm just one guy in a garage. Granted, it's a pretty sweet garage for putting stickers on Teslas, but I would love to make your Tesla look out of this world. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll have another Model Y to tint tomorrow. So stay tuned for more Tesla content. Thanks for watching.